What is up, viewer? Arthur Watches Villarks back here. This is the Vancouver Canucks checkpoint, where the team is now. In this video, I'm going to be talking about 4 different things, and of course the verdict. The first thing I want to talk about is the record of the Vancouver Canucks. Now, taking a look at the team and where we are now, we're 33 games into the season, we beat the Jets last night, and we have 31 points, which means 31 points in 33 games. That means we're under 500, which is typically seen as the minimum of making the playoffs. Most teams that are above 500 make the playoffs. Most teams that are at 500 have a chance of making it, and most teams underneath 500 aren't in the playoffs. So basically, we're under 500 right now. We're not in a playoff spot. It doesn't look like we're going to be in a playoff spot considering the record and the projections and all that. But earlier this season, before the season even began, all the scouts, all the articles on the news, they were all saying the Canucks, they're gonna get 60, 65 points. So we were expected to get points in the mid-60s. Right now, we're 31 points in 33 games. That is on pace for a below 500 team, but that means that we're still going to get at least 82 points, just based off of the projections and all that. So really, just taking a look at the points, and just strictly the points, we're going to be better than how everyone else thought we were going to be, which, that's pretty good. But still, looking at the team, we have scoring woes. We've been having scoring woes throughout the entire season. Sometimes they have been gone, sometimes they have been very prevalent. It's decent right now. I mean, we got 4 goals in the last game against Winnipeg. We've been getting 3-goal games, 6-goal games. Let's not talk about that one 6-goal game. Then there was a 5-1 win over Tampa recently. Very recently, it's been okay. We've been scoring some goals. The team has been finding its place. But that's not a guarantee, because at the start of the season, we were bad. We didn't lead for a lot of the games. We were the last undefeated team in the season, or in the league, I'm pretty sure. But we only led for like 1 period, something like that. I'm not entirely sure. It was a while ago. But at the start of the season, we were bad. Later on in the season, we couldn't start scoring at all, and really, that combined with how we started letting goals in a little bit more, that led to that huge, 8-9 game losing streak that we had. So at the start of the season, we were bad. Later on, we were bad, and our defense became worse, and now I guess we're okay. I mean, we're winning games, sort of. We're scoring goals, it's okay. We're 14, 16, and 3 right now. As I said, that's under 500, so it's not that good. We're out of the playoffs, we've been hit with injuries, but overall, I'd say that the hockey has been entertaining, and the whole soap opera going on behind the scenes, Willie Desjardins, Benning, and Linden, it's entertaining to watch as well, even though Willie Desjardins is the coach of this team, and a lot of the things that he does, they don't really make sense. So, looking at the record of the Canucks right now, we're it's very fickle. We don't know what's going to happen, but from the looks of things, we're not going to be a playoff team, and it doesn't look like we're going to be contending for Nolan Patrick that much either, just based off of our pace. The second point I want to talk about in this video is Louis Eriksson. Now, Eriksson, oh boy, in 33 games, he has 6 goals, 8 assists, 14 points. That is definitely not on pace to match his 30-goal season, 63 points from last year with the Bruins. He's not playing with the Sedins, which is kind of the reason he was signed in the first place. The Sedins are tearing it up with Hansen, or I don't even know if I could say tearing it up, because no one's really tearing it up that much on the Canucks. And Eriksson, well, he's decent with Granlund and Sutter. This is probably just the Canucks trying to spread out the goal-scoring talent throughout the lines. But really, you bring this guy in, he's got a whole bunch of international success with the Sedins, and you put him on a line with Granlund and Sutter. Now, I know they did play the Sedins with Eriksson earlier, but for some reason, I don't know, it might just not be working that well this year, but it has worked in the past, so there's no real reason to not try it out a little bit more now, since we're only 33 games into the season. I said earlier in the video that I made that Eriksson, he would be Burrows 2 with the Sedins, and that does not seem to be happening right now. Eriksson got 30 goals last year, Burrows got 35 goals with the Sedins, and I thought that Eriksson would have been a better Burrows because of their playstyles, especially considering back then Burrows was the guy who was in front. He would get the rebounds, he would screen. That's what Eriksson's doing now. And so 30 goals last year with the Bruins, I was thinking, man, if you pair him with the Sedins, he's going to get even more than that. Sedins and Eriksson, they played internationally for Sweden a ton, but they're not together now because Willie Desjardins. He's been solid on the puck, just definitely not as successful last year. His puck luck isn't really there for him. He had a few games go by before he scored his first goal, and even now in 33 games, he's only got 6. So really, hopefully he can pull in some good numbers, especially to match up with last year, because the guy is 31 years old or something like that, and his contract, well, he's got a 6-year contract for $6 million each. So if this is the kind of production we're going to be getting from a $6 million guy for 6 years, God, shoot me now. But yeah, Eriksson, he's entertaining, I guess. So I guess that's decent enough for most people. Next up, we got ourselves an actual silver lining in all this. Bo Horvat. In 33 games, he has 10 goals, 11 assists, 21 points. He is growing. He's on pace for 25 goals, 27 assists, and 52 points. That is great. Right now, he's a 0 for plus minus, which is much better than what he had last year, because last year, he had minus 30. So, yeah, him and Verbata were that pairing that got, negative something that was very, very low. It's incredible how low his plus minus was last year, but it's not like that now. This year, he's also 1 point behind both Sedins in points right now. He has 21 points, both Sedins have 22, and he's tied for the Canucks goal lead with Daniel Sedin. He's been playing so well with Burrows and Berchi. That line is just tearing it up, and looking at Bo Horvat and how he's playing right now, it's just an indication on how excited we can be for the future. Of course, now he's exciting, but later on, when he's like 26, 27, he's gonna be even more exciting, right? A Bo Horvat that's speedy, a Bo Horvat that's producing, and a Bo Horvat that's growing. He's entertaining to watch, he's got some great numbers, 33 games, 21 points. Of course, that's NHL caliber, so that's pretty darn good, and considering the fact that he's young and he's growing, it's great. We gotta be excited for this. Bo Horvat and his head shape, we are in for a treat. Now, the last point I want to talk about is the Sedins. And really, if you take a look at them, they have 22 points each in 33 games. The decline, I'd say the decline is real. They're still solid, but they can't be first-liners anymore. They're still Canucks legends, but they can't be first-liners anymore. Their pace is great for the NHL, 22 points in 33 games, but they can't be first-liners anymore. Their pace and the points that they have, the way they play, it's great. It's great to see, but they're just not at that first-line caliber anymore, and it's unfortunate because there aren't any players who can step up and fill the shoes of the Sedins. There's no one who can be the first-liner on this team other than the Sedins because they've been there before. You could say Burrows, but God. They're declining, but there's no one to take their place, so they're being forced to still be the first line, even though they can't keep up like that anymore. They're great players, they can get points, but they can't get first line points. They can't be first liners anymore, and there's no one to step up and be the first liner on this team. It's unfortunate. We are treasuring their time here, everyone here is. Treasuring their time with the Canucks because it's kind of ugly right now, and they're coming closer and closer and closer to the end of their careers. The decline is real, 22 points in 33 games. It's so frustrating because they deserve better than the team they have right now, especially at this stage in their careers. Really, no one knows if they're going to win a cup anymore. I don't think they're going to, because no one's going to be able to get them. They got $7 million deals and no move clauses. They're not going to get traded. There's no way. Really, who knows when they'll retire? Maybe they'll retire into their 40s like Nick Lidstrom did. Yager 2.0s for both Sedins. Who knows? Maybe they'll sign with some other team once their contracts expire. But really, the Canucks, we just got to treasure the time that they have here because they did lead us to the finals. They did have our raw seasons. They were great players. But just now, they're not first liners anymore, and there's no one to fill the shoes of them. So there's not really that much hope at this present moment for this Canucks team. Overall, the Canucks are still kind of disappointing this year, but I'm stressing the kind of because it's really fickle with this team. taking a look at our record, we win some, we lose a lot, then we win some more, we score some goals, we don't score some goals, we get shut out like 3 times in a row. It's very fickle with this team. But we got some things that are exciting, you know, Rodin is coming back, so that's going to be cool. The young guys are developing, so that's pretty cool too. Bo Horvat is getting better. Troy Stecher is amazing. Haven't even talked about Troy Stecher, but I love the guy. Virtanen and Demko are down there in the AHL getting some playing time. Demko was with the Canucks for a little bit. He didn't play, though, which was disappointing. And the Skilly, Chapu, and Megna line is a hard-working line that's fun to watch. They're really speedy. They can really force plays to happen, and it's great watching those guys. Eriksson, hopefully, he's gonna get better. Horvat, oh boy, if he gets more ice time, it'll be amazing for his growth. And the Sedins are still going strong, but not strong enough for first-liners, and it's just unfortunate that there's no one else to come up and be those first-liners. But, you know, that's where growth comes in, that's where our prospects come in, that's where the people that we've drafted and the organization come together and build up a team that is worthy of having guys who can fill the Sedins' shoes. But we just don't have that right now. That's the Canucks checkpoint. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. For posting these controls like Lounge Girls and Gaming, and bye.